Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all my dear teachers. Welcome to the In Conversation with series of TeacherTribe.world. Today, with us, we have Mr. Dhanush Reddy. He's from Kodad, and he is a teacher and an avid quizzer. Yes, you heard me, you heard that right. Teacher and a quizzer combination that we have, and he is one among the top four out of the 12,000 teachers who took part in the World Teachers Quiz Know It All. That was the first ever edition that we had of this quiz, and he's the top four. So let's quickly speak to him and get to know all about him, his background, why he's a teacher. Let's get into the conversation. Dhanush, thank you so much for being with us. Welcome to this In
Thank you, ma'am.
Conversation with series. So good to have you with us here today. All right, so
Thank you.
I'm quickly going to get into the entire question answer series here right away. We know that you're a passionate teacher. What I also know is that you have been a passionate quizzer from a very young age. You have been a quizzer. You told me a little while back that you had quizzed with us, with Big Brain especially, for the Travel Quest quiz. You must have been really, really young back then. Travel Quest, and you said RBI, and now again you're back quizzing with us. And you also told us that you are a quiz coordinator in your school, which is very, very interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, he's a social sciences teacher for the lower middle school, which is classes 5, 6, 7 is what he teaches. So we have a very interesting combination here. Why I'm saying this is because I have not necessarily seen many teachers being quizzers as well. I've not seen that combination a lot. But this time, all the 12,000 teachers have proved me wrong, and I'm very, very happy with that. And we have one such teacher here. So getting into the question itself, Dhanush, first question for you. Please tell us about your journey as a teacher. Why are you so passionate about teaching? Why did you get into teaching in the first place?
So yeah, from a very young age, so I had a lot of siblings, and out of all my siblings and cousins, I was the eldest. So whenever I had a chance, I used to teach them or interact with how they are studying in the schools. So I got into my teaching role from a very young age, and at the same time, even when I was growing up, when I was in my college, I used to go to one of my relatives' school, and I used to interact with the kids there. So that was like my starting phase of teaching, where I really got into teaching the younger kids, and I just love their reactions when they when they look up at us and ask their questions. So that was my beginning of my teaching, and from then on, it just went.
Wow, that's really wonderful. I think, I don't mean to be condescending here, but many people do say that when you do not know what profession to choose, you become a teacher. You have proved that wrong, definitely proved that wrong. And that makes me so happy because someone like you, you're a young teacher. And today, someone like you choosing to be a teacher is really, really wonderful. All right, and I know what you're saying. When little kids look up to you with that innocence in the eyes, it's a different sort of joy that you get. You're absolutely right. All right, the next question here. You have quizzed with Big Brain when you were a little boy in school, and now you're a teacher and you quizzed with him again. So how was your experience from back then to now? A little bit of comparison. How was it?
So I started quizzing while I was in my 6th standard itself. So my father was into quizzing, so he led me into quizzing as well. So I went into different types of competitions from a very young age. But one of the turning point was when I went to the Travel Quest quiz when I was in my 8th standard. That was like the turning point. That was the first time I went out of the country to Singapore as we won the first place. And Big Brain, he's like one of my favorite quizzers back then. Favorite quizmaster, sorry. I actually looked up to him. I also followed many of his quizzes. So he actually is a role model for me as a quiz coordinator as well in my school, how to even encourage students to join quizzing. And presently, when you compare the quizzing from a young age to now, I can feel a lot of nervousness has decreased from that period to now. I used to be a lot nervous when I used to be on top of the stage. I used to sweat a lot. I used to stutter while answering, and now from then to now, I can see a lot of changes. I'm more confident now. I always smile when I quiz, so I can see a lot of changes that happened from back then to now.
But you know
Yes,
something, I think you said your nervousness has reduced, but I think your excitement has increased a lot more.
that's
I
true. That's
saw
true.
that while we were quizzing. You are definitely far more excited when you're a teacher today and you're quizzing than probably back when you were a child. I don't know why, but it's good that it's increasing. Something like a quiz, which is a knowledge sport. More the people get excited with and interested in knowledge sports, the better. That too, at a time like this, we need to keep our brains sharp. You're very right. All right, moving on to the next one. Let us talk about your role as a quiz coordinator in your school. Now, you have somehow managed to combine two of your passion areas, which is teaching and quizzing, together. You're a teacher and you're a quiz coordinator in your school. I mean, that's really great. But how do you inspire your students to take part in quizzes? See, quizzing is something like you have to let go of your inhibitions. You have to be up on stage. You should not doubt yourself when you press the buzzer. How do you inspire your students to do all of that?
So even in our schools, normally we used to keep a lot of quizzes in our schools as well. So I usually take up the role of holding a lot of quizzes in our school. So quizzing not only like it increases their knowledge, it also like improves their competitiveness. So even if they lose in any particular quiz or something, they don't feel bad. So while doing a lot of quizzes in school, people, even the students, they improve their self confidence as well. So that's a very good point even for teaching. So when you teach, you look for those traits in the students, right? So you want them to feel good about themselves, you want them to feel self confident, and quizzing actually adds up to it. Quizzing actually makes them more self confident, and yes, that happens. So
Okay, all right. So, would you say that you should have far more quizzes or far more such knowledge activities for students and for teachers, especially when all of us are working from home?
yes, that's actually true. So quizzing should actually be, they should make it mandatory in schools. So it actually improves the students as well as the teachers. So quizzing should be a part of schooling. So I recommend quizzing to be a part of schooling. So it'll help both teachers and students.
When you spoke about the confidence level, actually, we have seen that happening. We've worked with schools, with colleges, with corporates when it comes to quizzing for a long, long time now. And what we've noticed is people have a lot more content to talk about. So, conversational ability of all of us increases because we know far more than we knew probably two quizzes ago. So that is why I think automatically the confidence also increases. You're very right. We
Yes.
have seen that trend across all age groups, not only in school children. We have seen that. All right, coming to the last question here today. So tell us, what message or why do you think teachers should take part in such activities? We know as students have many such activities to take part when they are in school. They actually can choose from. But for teachers, that is not the case. Why should teachers make use of the opportunities that are out there and take part in such engaging activities that there are?
So one thing that we should know is students, they always look up to their teachers. So whatever the teachers, when they follow something, students automatically they try to live up to their teachers. So when teachers itself, when they participate in the quizzes, why not students? They will easily get attracted to quizzing as well. So they should teachers should take the first step so that they lead the students towards quizzing. So that's a very important thing at a time like this right now. So teachers should take the initiative so that even students will know a lot about quizzing. So quizzing also opens a wider scope for them to learn, and also maybe they'll when they grow up they'll also teach just like us.
All right. Thank you so much, Dhanush. It's been wonderful talking to you here today. And let's see if we will be seeing you at many other quizzes that we have. or maybe many other engaging activities that TeacherTribe.world will have for all the teachers out there. So thank you so much for being with us. Well, ladies and
Sure, ma'am. Thank
gentlemen,
you.
and my dear teachers, that was Mr. Dhanush Reddy. And you heard what he said. Teachers need to take the initiative. Teachers need to be the leaders. Teachers have to lead from the front. Follow what you preach. That's basically what he said. And believe me, that really works. I'm sure he is now able to go back and tell his students, guys and girls, if I have done this at this point in time and I have reached the top 4 of 12,000, so can you. It does not matter which part of the country or world you belong to. You can do it as long as you believe in yourselves. All right. So, on that note, keep watching the space, the In Conversation with series. We will come back with many other people whom we will have interesting conversations with. So, you all take care and see you soon.